they come again. Catch us if you can. Time to get a move on. We were young with all of our might. Catch us if you can. 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 Now we gotta run. No more time for fun. When we're getting angry, we were young with all of our might. Catch us if you can. 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 Now we gotta run. No more time for fun. When we're getting angry, we were young with all of our might. Catch us if you can. 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 Here they come again. Catch us if you can. Time to get a move on. We were young with all of our might. Catch us if you can. Catch us if you can. Catch us if you can. Catch us if you can.
Coming to the final fight now with Exhibit A, the leader from Kirriemuir, and Spartan General, then Workman. Over the last, Exhibit A, the leader. Kirriemuir on the far side, putting in a challenge and taking it up from it. It's Kirriemuir now the leader. Kirriemuir the leader from Workman, finishing fast on the stand side. Spartan General getting up to be second, and at the line it's going to be Kirriemuir, the winner from Spartan General, second, and a photo for third place with Workman possibly just beating Exhibit A. Arkle and Millhouse together at the first. Millhouse on the far side. Side by side, Caddyvale jumps at third and Stony Crossing fourth. Coming up to the second, stride for stride. Arkle on the near side, Millhouse on the far side, stride for stride over it, and Caddyvale had a long look at it. Arkle from Millhouse, Millhouse almost up with him again, and now racing for the home turn. And it's still Arkle, the leader from Millhouse. Millhouse under pressure now. Willie Robinson asking him for everything, and it doesn't look as though he's going to get Arkle off the bit as they round the home turn now, with Pat Taff looking over his right shoulder. Millhouse trying to make ground on his inner. Stony Crossing is in third place. Caddyvale is a fence behind him almost. And now Arkle opening up now like a sports car, like a real, as though he's just changed gear. He's opened up, he's changed down, and he's coming to the last fence full of running. He's just got to jump it to go away. And a brilliant jump, a superb jump at the last. Exhibition stuff. A fine effort by Millhouse, but he's absolutely unavailing against the champion. Here's the greatest going away to the line. Pat Taff riding him out. The horse really enjoying himself. He's given a great exhibition performance this afternoon. This is his second successive goal.
sweet your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Lonely riverside, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your love. Lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much for you. Still mine, I need your love. I really need your love. God, sweet your love to
There was a telephone call from America. With laughable bravado, a young American amateur jockey, Tommy Smith, wanted to bring over a hunter, Jay Trump, and to win the Grand National. Fred responded to the outrageous dare.
Okay. Everything's all right. The temperature's below normal and we ate up everything last night.
It was a bleak English winter, and what's more, there was an epidemic of coughing around the Lambourne stables.
Every convenience.
Fred rowed and taught and chivied. Smith cosseted the quarantined Jay Trump, their sights only on Aintree. The rest of the world thought all three of them potty. It was one thing to qualify for the National, another to get round intact, quite another to actually win it at the very first sighting. Winter plotted horse and boy round every hoofprint on the course.
Okay, we'll see where these tracks are here. That would do. But you're going to get horses jumping across a bit in front of you. See, so I mean, you've got to take a chance. There's no escaping it.
You can see the way they've gone out of here.
You don't know until you're in the air what's happening on the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
So you have to be prepared for anything. You sit tight when it lands because it's a horse dead in front of you. You might do that or that, you know.
Yeah.
Smith listened. Then, 3 o'clock at the end of March, he and Jay Trump were on their own.
French cottage turning. All looking anxiously across to the right. All looking anxiously across to the right. And they're off. Rondeau just a little bit slowly away, but he's all right. And as they run down towards the Melling Road, it's Peacetown, Vultrix and Cullen House and Fibou on the inside. Brown Diamond over on the far side with Dark Venetian. And it's Peacetown, the leader now, from Fibou on the inside as we join our country cameras and see Fibou on the inside of Peacetown. These two disputing just ahead of Brown Diamond. Fred is right up there with them. Cullen House is just in behind with Ronald's Bourne as they come up to the first, over to Bob Haynes.
And the Rip is well placed up on the outside. This first one is a plain fence. Peacetown, Freddie, the Rip, Volcano, Fontainebleau, and Nedsmar, all well there. And I can't, yes, there's one faller, which is Ayala. Ayala, the winner 2 years ago, has fallen at the first. They're at the second. and over it, and it's Feebu in the lead on the inside. It's Feebu from Nedsmar, then comes Groomsman, then Peacetown, French Cottage, Freddie, and Brown Diamond as they jump the first open ditch. That's fence number 3, and on towards fence number 4. No fallers at that one. On to fence number 4 with Feebu in the lead. And as they jump fence number 4, over to Peter Montague Evans with Feebu in the lead. And it was Feebu on the inside, still the leader after the 4th fence. I can see Nedsmar, the light colours in the centre. Way over on the outside, there is Rainbow Battle going well, and also L'Empereur now coming now to this next fence, the one before Beaches. And it was Peacetide and Feebu together with Freddie on the inside, and Cutlet also up there. The Rip on the extreme outside the field. They're heading now toward Beaches for the first time, the 6th fence, and it's still Dark Venetian, Peacetime, Freddie and Feebu as they come up to Beaches now, and it was Dark Venetian perhaps just the leader there, and the faller were hidden by the crowd, but certainly Sizzle On has gone. Sizzle On's a faller, try and get the rest. Crowbeck also disappeared, and Ruby Glen. Now the fence after the water with, on the inside, Feebu the leader. Peacetime, the noseband, is 2nd. Dark Venetian is 3rd. Freddie going easily 4th. L'Empereur 5th. Leeds is 6th. Compare 7th. The Rip is 8th. Then comes the American J Trump who's 9th. Rainbow Battle 10th. And then comes Brown Diamond. Now the Canal Turf. Feebu on the inside of the Freddie, who jumped brilliantly on the inside. It's Feebu from Freddie. Peacetime 3rd. And a great jump there on the part of Freddie, moved right up to dispute 2nd and 3rd place. And Colleen Starr has been pulled up at Valentine's. It was Feebu who still regains the lead from Freddie. Peacetime is 3rd. The Stripes of L'Empereur on the outside is 4th. The White Cap of Capino is 5th. Then comes on the inside the Queen Mothers, the Rip was 6th. Dark Venetian is 7th. Leedsy is next. Now the fence after Valentine's. Peacetime in the centre, Feebu on the inside. J Trump to take that too well. Dark Venetian is a faller. And it's Peacetime, the noseband on the outside of Feebu. Then comes Freddie in 3rd place. L'Empereur and the Stripes on the outside, right up there with them. Now this next fence, a ditch. And with Peacetime from L'Empereur on the outside. Then comes Freddie on the inside, who's 3rd. Feebu right up there. Capino, the Rip. And also, I can see J Trump and Leedsy. Now this next plain fence. And it's still Peacetime in the centre from Feebu, L'Empereur. And these 3 are ahead of J Trump, Freddie, right up there with the leaders. They're coming up towards the Anchor Bridge crossing line. It's the noseband of Peacetime in the centre. On the inside, it's Feebu. Then comes on the outside, L'Empereur. And as they come back onto the racecourse, I hand you over to the grandstand.
Feebu just the leader from Peacetown towards the outside, then comes L'Empereur, then tracking them going very smoothly as Capino, Freddie and the Rip towards the outside, then Leedsy, then comes J Trump. Just in behind J Trump is Pontin Go, and then comes Rondetto. Behind Rondetto is Colleen House. And coming up towards the next now, Rainbow Battle is right with them. Feebu on the inside, Peacetown, and L'Empereur towards the outside. These 3 just ahead of Capino as they come to the next, and a loose horse runs across the fence there, and he's brought down Feebu. Feebu has gone there. He's brought down Feebu, and coming up to the next, Rondetto makes a lot of ground towards the outside, and it looks as though Rondetto's going to jump this right up with the leaders as they come to the next. Peacetown, Rondetto, L'Empereur. Rondetto jumped it just ahead of Peacetown, then L'Empereur, and then the Rip. Behind the Rip is Capino, then comes Freddie. Behind Freddie is Leedsy, then the Grey Loving Record and Colleen House, then J Trump, then Brown Diamond. Then behind Brown Diamond is Valtrix, then Bullberry. Coming to the next. And it's Rondetto and Peacetown together. Rondetto over from Peacetown, then comes L'Empereur, then Freddie, then Capino, then Leedsy, then the Rip towards the stand side, then Pontin Go, then Loving Record, then Colleen House, and then comes J Trump and Valtrix coming to the water now with Rondetto, the leader from Peacetown. Rondetto over from Peacetown. Freddie jumps it 3rd. L'Empereur is 4th. 5th is Capino. 6th is the Rip. 7 is Leedsy. 8 is Pontin Go. 9 is Loving Record. 10 is Colleen House. 11 Valtrix. 12 is J Trump. Then comes Bullberry just in behind him with Brown Diamond. Running down towards the first fence out in the country now with Peacetown and Rondetto disputing it ahead of L'Empereur, Freddie, Capino, Leedsy. Behind Leedsy as we join our country camera is Pontin Go. Then comes the Rip towards the outside, and as they cross the Melling Road now, it's Peacetown and Rondetto disputing it ahead of Freddie, L'Empereur towards the outside, Leedsy towards the inner with Pontin Go just in behind them, Colleen House, and over on the far side it's Capino and back to Bob Haynes.
And they come to fence 17. Rondetto, L'Empereur, Peacetown on the inside, then comes Freddie. On to fence number 18, and Peacetown, L'Empereur, then Rondetto on the outside and going very well. Rondetto and Peacetown, the 2 leaders from Freddie on the inner. Then Pontin Go has made some good headway, and Leedsy fell there. L'Empereur well up there. Capino goes behind them. So is Pontin Go. coming to the open ditch, and it's Rondetto in the lead from Peacetown, L'Empereur. Then comes Freddie, Pontingo, Capino, then the Rip, then comes Colleen House, and they come to the fence 2 before Beeches for the second time, and it's Rondetto in the lead from L'Empereur, Peacetown and Pontingo back to Peter Montague Evans. And it's still Rondetto in the centre. The outside is the stripes of L'Empereur, and the inside is Peacetown. Freddie just behind the Capino, the white cap on the outside. The fence now before Beeches, and it's still Rondetto from the noseband of Peacetown. Freddie is there. Pontingo going well on the inside. Valtrix not making much headway at the moment. Heading now towards Beeches, and showing this can't be the last time to see horses racing for Beeches. And it's Rondetto, the quarter colours in the lead, and the stripes of L'Empereur, the white cap on the outside of Capino. The noseband of Peacetown, then comes Pontingo, still going way on the other side, just in front of Freddie, and the leading group are over Beeches. Valtrix made a bad mistake, so also to Colleen House and Tom Fee, and Capino is a faller at Beeches. They come now to the fence after Beeches, and it's Rondetto with a loose horse in the lead from Rondetto. In the lead, Peacetown is second, L'Empereur on the outside third, Pontingo is fourth, Freddie is fifth, then comes the gap to J. Trump, who is sixth, then Valtrix, and also the Rip were 7th and 8th, then Colleen House, and coming towards Canal Turn 9 is Rondetto, the leader, being worried by a loose horse. They're going on the inside, Rondetto from Peacetown, Pontingo is third, then comes Freddie, L'Empereur, and Pontingo is a faller. J. Trump just behind the leaders, then come the Rip and Valtrix, heading now towards Valentine with Rondetto 4 lengths to lead, Freddie in second place. J. Trump is now in third place. Rondetto, a great jump there in the lead from Freddie. J. Trump is third, Peacetown fourth, L'Empereur losing ground is fifth, then come the Rip and Valtrix. Now a plain fence, it's Rondetto the leader, Freddie moving up on the inside, on the right as we look at them to be second, J. Trump just behind, and together with Peacetown, a good jump there, Freddie, and Rondetto's gone. Rondetto's a faller, leaving Freddie in the lead. Then comes the dark cap of J. Trump, who's second, on the outside is Peacetown, and all the group together come Tom P., Reproduction, Valtrix, and also Rainbow Battle. Now the last of the ditches, both fence from home. Peacetown is tiring on the outside, it's Freddie and J. Trump, these two leaders from Peacetown is close up in third place, then Reproduction, then Rainbow Battle, and also the Rip. Now coming to this last fence out in the country here, and it's Freddie on the inside from J. Trump. There's the two between those two. J. Trump with the light colour, the dark cap. Way over on the outside with Peacetown. Then comes Rainbow Battle, and the Rip trying to get on terms. They're racing up towards the Anchorage crossing now, and on the right it's Freddie, who is the leader from the J. Trump on his outside. And they're coming up now towards the crossing, and it's Freddie from J. Trump. Peacetown, the noseband, is third, over to the grandstand.
And it's Scotland from America with England third at the moment. It's Freddie for Scotland on the inside of J. Trump for America, and these two are somewhere ahead of the towering Peacetown with Rainbow Battle trying to get on terms with them. Valtrix is making ground, and so's Mr. Jones. Coming to the second last fence now, and it's J. Trump and Freddie who have it between them if they both stand up. This is the second last fence now in the 65 National. It's Freddie and J. Trump together. They're over stride for stride, these two. It's America and Scotland as they race towards the last fence. Rainbow Battle has moved into third place, and the first to come under pressure is Freddie, getting a slap there from Pat McCarron, and it's Tommy Smith on J. Trump who jumps in ahead. It's J. Trump the leader from Freddie the favourite in second place. J. Trump going away from Freddie now. Rainbow Battle has jumped in third. Mr. Jones is fourth, and it's still J. Trump holding Freddie as they race towards the elbow. There's another 200 yards to run, and it's J. Trump and the favourite Freddie, and Freddie making ground again. Freddie coming on the stand side, it's going to be a near thing. J. Trump on the far side, Freddie on the stand side. It's a desperate thing between these two. Freddie is still making ground. Freddie is making ground, but J. Trump is holding him. J. Trump still holding him at the line. He's just going to win it. J. Trump is the winner. Freddie is second and getting a pat from Pat McCarron too. Coming up into third place is Christopher Collins on his recent bye. Mr. Jones, fourth was Rainbow Rattle. And there's Tommy Smith having realized his life's ambition on this American horse, J. Trump, twice winner of the Maryland Hunt Cup, who's now crowned his great, glorious career by winning the most coveted prize in the steeplechasing calendar throughout the world.
Baby, I feel good from the moment I rise. Feel good from morning to the end of the day. To the end of the day. You and me, we live this life. When we get up till we go see the night. You and me were free. end of the day, yeah, I get up and I see the sun up. I feel good, yeah, 'cause my life has begun. You and me were free. We do as we please, yeah, from morning till the end of the day. 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 You and me were free. We do as we please, yeah, from morning till the end of the day. 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 Till the end of the day.
Why should horse racing be looking for a new starting method? To prevent such accidents as this, and to lessen the chance of a horse being left at the start. At Newmarket, this very conservative sport gave a tryout to stalls, acting on the principle of those used in America. Before the Chesterfield Stakes, interested racegoers critically inspected the stalls, knowing that many owners, trainers and jockeys don't want to see this system introduced here. The horses weren't consulted. When they get used to standing in their padded stalls during the tense moments before the off, they won't mind. Batteries power the mechanism. In a few seconds, the start of the Chesterfield Stakes. Among possible objectives, we forgot to mention the punter, who won't find it any easier to pick a winner. The Chesterfield is a 5-furlong sprint, a short distance where it's fatal to be left at the start. Fine, a good start was had by all.
And a big plus for punters against bitter establishment opposition, starting stalls at last.
Well padded to prevent injuries, each unit has 10 stalls and costs about £2,200. Advantages over the rising gate: the horses all start level, they come out running in a straight line, and there's no delay from horses turning around just before the off. We filmed Britain's first ever starting stall start in slow motion.
In the chilly hours and minutes of uncertainty, I want to be in the warm heart of your love and mine. To feel you all around me and to take your hand along the sand. But I may as well try and catch the wind. When sundown pales the sky, I want to hide a while behind your smile. And everywhere I'd look, your eyes I'd find. For me to love you now would be the sweetest thing. 'Twould make me sing. But I may as well try and catch the wind. When rain has hung the leaves with tears, I want you near to kill my fears, to help me to leave all my blues behind. Standing in your heart is where I want to be and long to be. But I may as well try and catch the wind.
me as well, try and catch the wind.
There he is, number one, Arkle, the fabulous Arkle. A gelding by Archive out of Bright Cherry. Certainly the horse of the chaser of the decade, if not the chaser of the century. He's even had a tune named after him. So feast your eyes on him.
Arkle was now an established media star as well as a racing celebrity. People who'd never been to the races in their lives warmed to his gallant appeal. Arkle returned the compliment, apparently liking people more than horses. He reacted happily to crowds and cameras without losing his good nature.
Number one on the card, Arkle, there he is, appears in front of the stands with that wonderfully intelligent outlook. It's most interesting. The horse like Arkle is a tremendous draw, and I feel that a lot of people have come here to Sandown today just to see this great horse, because he looks to me as if he thoroughly appreciates the honour. He's walking as if he quite realises that he is the centre of attention and wants everybody to have a good look at him.
Well, I think unlike a lot of horses, he definitely knows one when he's out in the field and he'll call, he always comes. And it's always been said, and I think it's quite true, that he loves a crowd and he really is rather no show-off. He loves people looking at him.
Oh, standing right in the centre of the field. And Rough Tweed being very, very awkward, but the start assistants behind him, they're off. And as they come up to the first of the 24 fences, Persian Signal is the leader from Overcourt, and Arkle coming into this first fence now. And a great jump there by Arkle. He went into the fence third and he came out first. And now the second fence is the first open ditch, and Arkle, I can't believe that his jockey wants him to be there, but he is just in front of Persian Signal and Brasher over on the inside, Overcourt on this side, and another huge jump over the second open ditch by Arkle, and pulling very, very hard for his head there. And I can't believe with all the weight he's got that Pat Taft really wants to make the running, but at the moment that's what he's having to do. Arkle from Overcourt, Brasher and Willow King, then Persian Signal, Signpost and Rough Tweed as they go up the hill past us here for the first time. Round the top turn, Pat Taft holding Arkle in for all he's worth, but I should think longing for somebody to go on and make the running for him. He can't really want to be in front, I don't imagine, all the way. He's a hard puller, this horse. We've always known that. Now they're coming to the third fence. This is slightly downhill, and Arkle going a great bat as he goes down the hill there into it. Cannot believe really that Pat Taft can want to be in front like this so early in the race, but he's had absolutely no choice. Into the fence now, and a great jump. He stood well away from it. They're all over, and going round the bottom turn there now. Arkle leads by 4 or 5 lengths from Persian Signal and Brasher, then Overcourt, Rough Tweed, Willow King and Signpost. And now we have the first of the 3 fences come close together. And oh my goodness gracious me, that was no expert jump. He reached for that, and it looked quite dangerous for a moment, Arkle. But he met that one perfectly, nothing wrong there, leading from Brasher. And now to the next open ditch on the far side there. A very accurate jump there by Arkle. Now 3 or 4 lengths clear of Brasher, with Rough Tweed next, then Persian Signal, then Signpost and Overcourt, and finally Willow King as they go onto the water jump for the first time. Arkle leading from Brasher. And I think he's settled down nicely now. Looks to me as if he's racing much more steadily. Now 3 fences close together. Arkle leads from Brasher as they go into them. Rough Tweed in third place, then Signpost and Persian Signal, then Willow King and Overcourt, and into the next fence. Arkle jumping quite steadily now with Brasher up on his inside. Rough Tweed close up in third place, just ahead of Persian Signal, and then Signpost, then Willow King in the dark colours, and then Overcourt, and now Arkle goes on again at the far end. They've jumped 10 fences now. They've still got a little bit over 2 miles to go. 14 more fences to jump. And it's Arkle, the leader, from Braysher. Persian Signal showing in 3rd place, followed by Rough Tweed and Signpost, then Overcourt, Willow King at the back of the field there in the dark colours. And coming now to the next plain fence, always known as the pond fence. It's a plain fence, this one. Arkle leads into it. Jumps it perfectly, about 2 lengths clear of Braysher. Then Rough Tweed on the inside of Persian Signal, followed by Signpost, Overcourt and Willow King. And into this next plain fence, which they jump as the first fence. And now they come up once again to the open ditch in front of the stands. This is fence number 13. Arkle leads from Braysher over there on the left. Rough Tweed close up on the inside. But a tremendous jump there by Arkle, who must have heard the roar of the crowd as he went about 2 foot over the top of that one. Passing the stands now for the last time before they come round to the winning post again. Arkle by just a length from Braysher, then altogether Signpost, Persian Signal, Overcourt and Rough Tweed, followed by Willow King. They have 11 more fences to jump and 1.5 miles to go. 1.5 miles to go. They're past halfway. And going round the top turn, Arkle leads from Braysher on the inside. Signpost gone up there to dispute 2nd place on the outside, followed by Persian Signal, then Rough Tweed, then Overcourt, and finally Willow King, as they turn to go downhill again to the 14th fence. Arkle going still well within himself in the lead as they could run downhill. Braysher about 1.5 lengths behind in 2nd place with Signpost on his outside, then Rough Tweed and Persian Signal. All jumping well. 10 more fences to jump now and about 1.25 miles to go. Round the bottom turn, the next 3 fences come close together, 2 plain fences, and now Arkle's really stretching out. He must have gained 3 or 4 lengths on the turn there as Pat Taff let out a bit of a reef. Now into the next fence. This is the fence he jumped badly last time. He sailed over it there, and now they're really cracking along on the bottom straight there. But Braysher is in close touch. He hasn't lost any ground at all. Over the next, and Braysher went right up to Arkle. There's nothing between the two as they go to the last open ditch over on the far side there. And Braysher went into it just in front, but they came out of it together, and with 7 more fences to jump, the water jump, and 6 plain fences, it's Arkle and Braysher together, followed by Rough Tweed, and those 3 have drawn away from the field a bit now as they go to the water for the last time. And Braysher landed just a fraction in front of Arkle there. And he's going very, very easily too, is Braysher, with Rough Tweed right on their heels. We may get a good race yet. Now then, 3 plain fences close together. This is the 6th from home now. And it's Braysher over first, Arkle second, Rough Tweed third, then some way behind now, Persian Signal and Willow King into the next fence. Braysher a little close to that, he jumped it quite well. Arkle jumped up to him again though, and shows a fraction in front as they go to the last one on that far side. Now they've 3 more fences to jump and about 3/4 mile to go, and it's Arkle who's gone on again. Arkle who's gone on again now from Braysher, and those 2 have drawn right away from Willow King, who's taken 3rd place in front of Rough Tweed and Persian Signal. 3 fences to go, and Arkle has really turned on the speed again there. Just for a moment it looked as if Braysher was going pretty well with him on the far side, but Arkle has turned on the speed again and put just about 1.5 lengths between them. But Braysher's by no means beaten. He's coming up there again on the outside. Arkle and Braysher coming into the 3rd last fence now. Arkle over and only just clear of Braysher. There's nothing between the 2, but there's a lot of weight to give away. And Braysher jockey has a quick look over his shoulder to see where the others are. As they come into the 2nd last fence now, it's Arkle from Braysher with Willow King in 3rd place. Over the 2nd last, it's Arkle from Braysher. Willow King jumps 3rd, followed by Rough Tweed. Up the hill now, 1 fence to go, and Arkle has put about 3 lengths between himself and Braysher as they come to the last fence. Arkle coming into the last fence now, and a great jump over it, followed by Braysher. And there's a real champion we're seeing here now. He's galloping on strongly with 150 yards to go. It's Arkle going away from Braysher in 2nd place, Willow King 3rd, and Rough Tweed 4th, coming up to the line, and it's Arkle the winner.
I've assigned you at Station C, Canada.
Sir, I respectfully suggest that you change my assignment to Nassau.
Is there any other reason besides your enthusiasm for water sports?
There was a photograph of that man in this dossier you gave us. His name is Duval. Well, I saw him last night at Shrublands, but he was dead.
Oh, no, sir, not possible. He was seen boarding the Vulcan, took off last night.
If 007 says he saw Duval last night at Shrublands and he was dead, That's enough for me to initiate inquiries.
Perhaps we can have dinner together, Domino.
How do you know my friends call me Domino?
It's on the bracelet on your ankle.
What sharp little eyes you've got.
Wait till you get to my teeth. Tell London I've made contact with the girl.
James Bond, who only has to make love to a woman and she starts to hear heavenly choir singing.
Don't flatter yourself. What I did this evening was for king and country. You don't think it gave me any pleasure, do you?
You seem to be unbeatable, Mr. Bond.
You would like Bond dead.
I can think of no better arrangement.
Next time I see you, I'll put you across my knee.
Behave yourself, Mr. Bond. When the time is right, you will be killed. I shall kill him. Shouldn't you get out those wet clothes?
Try to be a little less than your usual frivolous self, 007.
I think he got the point. Lago had your brother murdered, or it was on his orders. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people will die, and very soon, if you don't help me.
Like your friend, you've been a little too clever, and now you are caught. You let him get the better of you. Do not live in hope, my dear. There is no one to rescue you.
He obviously has a highly developed sense of drama.
First appearance as a 3-year-old in the 1.25-mile Prix Greffule at Longchamp. Pat Glennon didn't seriously need to pick him up, and for the first time the Paris crowd saw the full majesty of that elastic stride. That was impressive and has traditionally been the best signpost to French prospects in the English derby. And now, with Epsom only weeks away, Seabird's performance had us visiting English scribblers groping for superlatives and the bookies running for cover. Cambramont, winner of the French 2,000 guineas, and Diatome, hitherto unbeaten, were both comprehensively outclassed. This time, Glennon only barely had to move his hands. So the stage was gloriously set for another optimistic French foray across the Channel to Epsom.
England on the right and Scotland take the field at Wembley for the #1 international of the season. For sharpshooter Jimmy Greaves and his teammates, and for Scotland, it's a great day. England kick off. They're in white shirts, playing left to right in this half. It's the 82nd encounter between the old rivals, and whether in Glasgow or here at Wembley, there's nothing to equal the match, England versus Scotland. Banks saves a hot shot, just as well for England. Centre forward Barry Bridges thinks he has a chance here, but shoots outside. At centre half for England is that pillar of Leeds, Jackie Charlton. He passes to brother Bobby. It's a goal. Stung by that reverse, Scotland compel England skipper Bobby Moore to pass back. Once again, Banks comes to the rescue. After 34 minutes, a pass finds Greaves. Another goal. That 2-0 lead is a great tonic for England. And from a corner, they might have got another, but Scotland's defence isn't caught napping. Now at the other end comes a chance for Dennis Law. Goal for Scotland. Tragedy now for England. Ray Wilson badly injured. Wembley has claimed another victim. Scotland kick off after the interval. England are a man short now, though still leading 2-1. Banks in action again in the England goal. Another English player injured. Johnny Byrne this time, his right knee twisted. Pressed by Law, Gordon Banks does well here to save his goal. Scotland pile on 100% pressure to get the equaliser. Again, it's Law and Banks. And there seems no stopping the Scots. On the line, George Cohen gets the ball away, but Ian St. John heads a goal. 2-2. Can the depleted England side hold out? To the joy of their supporters and the dismay of Scotland, that is what they do, though not without many anxious moments. The general vote, an unforgettable international.
Long before the race, they estimated that well over 250,000 people were at Epsom to see the Derby. In this unique report of the world's greatest race and its preliminaries, Pathé News puts you among the crowd, gives you the close-up sound as well as sights of the big day. Just listen to the intimate pre-race babble of the Epsom scene.
Even Donald Buck, number 97, Even!
The favourite to win the name is second, gentlemen. Not too much size you like.
Over the age of the 15s, also under the age of the 109.
Can anything beat Seabird the Second? The French horse is such a cast-iron favourite, it's every punter's ambition to find a horse to beat him. Number 9, as before, is a son of Alcide, but neither royalty nor anyone else expects him to win. It's different with Nixar, very well fancied. While as for Seabird, they say he's the only horse to show real Derby form this year. Here come the all-important little men with the big responsibility, soon to be in the saddle to ride in the world's greatest classic.
Name is second of it. No, right, gentlemen. No, two bobbers as you like. If you fancy the favourite. This the winner.
Jockeys, please mount. Jockeys, please mount.
Pat Glennon up on Seabird the Second is an Australian rider, a challenge that to our native jockeys. Perhaps the best hope on our side of the channel lies in Irish-trained Meadow Court, with Lester Piggott up. And listen to the mounting excitement as the race time gets nearer. That's I Say, Poncelet in the saddle. There were early morning attempts to nobble Nixar, fortunately foiled. Seabird again, not showing a trace of Epsom nerves. Everybody, from Her Majesty to ordinary racegoers, is keyed up now as the horses make their way towards the start. 22 will run. They're not yet under starters' orders, but soon will be. This will be a start.
Tony, where is he? He's been doing it all the way down. Sunshine. Oh, no, your doors up. Pull that thing up, Doug. Pull him up, Doug. The off one's off. Is it? Quarter, we'll leave him to get in. Don't rush in, Jockey. Go on, Renee. Take a line. Steady. Got to let it get in. Steady.
Directional microphones keep you up with the sound all the way. Bam Royal, Nixar, Meadow Court, and I Say are prominent, though very little importance attaches to placings at this stage. Tattenham Corner with Sunicelli, Nixar, Gulf Pearl, and Meadow Court battling it out, though Seabird is well placed to make a big effort. 3 furlongs Hounds out, I Say has the lead on the rails, but watch Seabird. Pat Glennon is going to give him his head. And Seabird goes like the wind.
Come on, Birdie! Come on,
It'll be Seabird's race. Pickett brings Meadowcourt up behind the French coat. By a good 2 lengths, Seabird wins the derby.
Number 22, second number 1, and third number 7. First number 20.
Once again, a French invader has humbled the native product. He's one of the really great derby horses Epsom has ever seen. And what a perfect combination. Seabird the second and his Australian jockey. Over to France goes £65,000 and the Derby trophy. Enough to knock the balance of payments into the middle of next year. After early rain, the sky cleared and everything was perfect, especially from the women's angle, for the Irish Sweeps Derby. An array of beauty and finery graced the course, and the scene at the Curragh was brighter than for many a year. Would anything beat Meadowcourt? The bookies hoped so, as there was a ton of money on Lester Pickett's mount. But not even the best behaved punters knew the answer. Better go and have a closer look at the horses. Meadowcourt was second in the Epsom Derby when Convermore came 5th. Many of the finest 3-year-olds were in the race, but not the great Seabird. Number 13, Bedard, is an Ascot winner and has done well in Ireland. Flaming Red, not well fancied. Lester Pickett was up on Meadowcourt, a strong combination. 21 horses were now under starters' orders. And without trouble, all got away for the 1.5 mile dash. Furlongs to go, and it looks like a duel between Meadowcourt on the rails and Convermore. It seems a sure thing for the favourite. Lester Pickett has the lead, and Jimmy Lindley can't get any more from Convermore. Yes, it's Meadowcourt the winner, Convermore second, Wedding Present third. Meadowcourt's owners were now £55,900 richer. One of them bought a share in the horse only the day before the race. He's Bing Crosby. So no wonder he afterwards sang When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. The owners, Lester Pickett and gallant Meadowcourt, pulled off the Irish race of the year.
When the chimes end, pick up your gun. Try and shoot me, Colonel. Just try.
Bravo. Seems to be a family resemblance. Here.
Naturally, between brother and sister.
My gun?
My boy, you become rich.
You mean we've become rich, old man?
No, it's all for you. I think you deserve it.
What about a partnership?
Maybe next time.
Lester Piggott coming there smoothly on Meadow Court as well. And it's Meadow Court now who's coming to take it up now. Meadow Court, the leader, from Soderini on the far side. Oncidium is coming with a challenge, but coming into the final furlong, it's Lester Piggott on Meadow Court, streaking away from in second place Oncidium. Soderini rather, third place Oncidium, then Nixar fourth, coming up towards the line, and Lester Piggott's going to win his first King George, the 6th and Queen Elizabeth Stakes, as Meadow Court is holding Soderini. Soderini trying to get on terms with him, but he won't do it. Meadow Court's the winner.
It was a perfect day at the Hurlingham Club on the Sunday before Wimbledon. The right weather and the right setting for the new fashion tennis frocks. Nothing could be more appropriate than the net dress of Gloria Beiser, solving the problem of finding something really new for the big tennis fortnight. The German girl Helga Schultz looked very becoming. Long socks, otherwise orthodox. Carol Ann Castell from Florida means to keep cool even if there's a heat wave. Maria Bueno with tennis frock designer Teddy Tinling. The Indian sari holds its own anywhere, however fashionable the company. The ball girls loved every minute of it. Yaroslav Drobny, one of the big personalities in top tennis, won the Wimbledon title 11 years ago. This annual overseas reception gives competitors the chance to relax before the tensions of the next 2 weeks. Why can't he have an MBE? Maddie Schacht has come from Australia seeking Wimbledon honours. Carol Ann Prosen from America, and from sunny Spain, Carmen Coronado. The Russians this year have promised not to refuse to play competitors of whom Moscow disapproves. Next day, Wimbledon, and what a dismal sight it was, with our climate doing its worst. But of course, you never know. It might stop raining, though it didn't look like it. A tough race, these Wimbledon fans. The Japanese may have thought the covers would never be taken off. Meanwhile, competitors began to arrive. From South Africa comes Mrs. Deepram. Bob Hewitt from Australia. And 3 of the opposite sex, also Australians. If only it would clear up, what a wonderful treat for these schoolgirls. In time for the first big event on the centre court, the weather relented, although half the day's programme was abandoned. By tradition, onto the centre court came reigning champion Roy Emerson, nearest the camera, with an easy draw against the Venezuelan Io Pimentel. Incidentally, it's sad to relate, but this year there is no seeded British player. Emerson serving. Point to Emerson. Match point, Emerson serving. Victory to Emerson in straight sets. A wet start, but let's hope a great Wimbledon. Who'd be a horse or a jockey at the Variety Club annual meeting at Sandown Park? Nobody looks at you. They're all too busy collecting autographs, from Liz Fraser and Leo Genn, for instance. They take a minute off to put a few bob on so-and-so in the next. Then it's back to celebrity hunting. There's two Billies, Butlin and Manning. And Nat Cohen buying a raffle ticket for a horse who's too overcome to buy one for himself. There's Davy Kay with George Arnold and Joe Loss. Terry Downs, downing a Knickerbocker Glory. And over there are Bernard Cribbins and his wife. Sir Gordon Richards. Oh yes, it's a race meeting. Sid James presents the Duchess of Norfolk with a handicap trophy to prove it, while the lucky ones collect their loot. Michael Medwin decides you can't lose with ice cream. Zsa Zsa Gabor's cool enough already, while some people, like Carol Ann Ford, are too busy to eat. Yes, there are races going on. Michael Medwin presents the Crockford Handicap Cup. As for that raffled horse, Zsa Zsa Gabor and Ronald Shiner are drawing the ticket. Jesse Matthews wonders what's he'd do with the horse. But the winners are Mr. Lewis of Porthcawl, who bought his ticket at the last moment.
And they're off, and they're running in the Arc de Triomphe, and it's Marco Visconti over on the far side, Siege Bear, Blah Blah on the inside, then Emerald just in behind them. Marco Visconti for Italy is the leader from Blah Blah, then Siege Bear on the outside, then Emerald, then Ardabon, then Annie Lynn, and Caliph racing up now into second place. And now it's Marco Visconti from Caliph, the pacemaker for Meadow Court. Caliph going on to challenge Marco Visconti. Annalyn for Russia is now right up there in third place. Then comes Emerald on the inside. Then Tom Rolfe racing in fifth place. On the outside of Tom Rolfe is Blah Blah. Just behind Blah Blah is Meadow Court. And looking right back to the back marker now, it's Demi Deuil. Meadow Court some way behind the leaders at this moment. And they're racing up the hill now, and Caliph, the pacemaker from Marco Visconti, the Italian, Annalyn right up, the Russian right in there just behind them. And Caliph still making it from Marco Visconti, Annalyn, Emerald on the inside. Just behind Emerald is Reliance going well on the rails. Behind Reliance is Francilius. Then comes Meadow Court, who's made quite a bit of ground. Behind him is Diatome, and then comes Free Ride. And it's Marco Visconti now who has taken it up from Caliph. Marco Visconti, the leader. Caliph beginning to drop back. Annalyn is showing in second place for Russia. Then comes Emerald on the inside. Tom Rolfe is right up there with the leaders for America. Marco Visconti still making it. Marco Visconti, the leader from Annalyn, the Russian horse, coming to try and challenge and get up on his inside. Then Emerald. Then comes Tom Rolfe in fourth place on the outside. Just behind Tom Rolfe is Reliance, who's still on the rails and still going handily. Seabird is somewhere behind them. Coming down the hill now, and Marco Visconti on the inside has kept his inside berth. Annalyn, the Russian, challenging him on the outside. Emerald is in third place. Tom Rolfe is fourth. They're running down the hill now to the home turn, and as they do so, Tom Rolfe making a lot of progress towards the outside. Marco Visconti hanging on. Annalyn still in his position. Reliance just in behind the leaders. Coming round this long sweeping right-hand bend. Emerald is right up there, and as they level out into the straight now, it's Marco Visconti, then comes Emerald, then Blah Blah making ground, and Seabird coming there with a great run in the center, and it's Seabird now has come to take it up. It's Seabird on the wing as they race into the straight up the final 2 furlongs. It's Seabird now being chased by Reliance. Seabird from Reliance. Carvin is not far behind him. Then Diatome and Annalyn. Seabird from Reliance in second place. Then comes Diatome, then Annalyn, and Seabird swerving as he races up to the line, but he's being patted by Batlian, a great champion. Seabird's the winner. Reliance is second. It's a photo for third place between Diatome and Free Ride.
To go. Solstice has taken it up now from as before. Meadow Court is very nicely there, and so is Provoke. And with 2.5 furlongs to go, it's Meadow Court and Provoke now coming right away from Solstice, and as before, the rest of the field tailed right off, and now it's Provoke coming on. Provoke is coming away from Meadow Court. With 1.5 furlongs to go, it's Provoke and Joe Mercer coming right away from Meadow Court in second place. Solstice is third, then as before, then Van in the race. Inside the last furlong now, and it's Provoke coming right away from Meadow Court in second place.
There's no danger to provoke now with 100 yards to go. He's galloping on strongly, well clear of Meadowcourt in second place. Holmes is third, Ballard the race fourth, coming up to the line now, and it's provoked the winner.
The soccer war of the Roses, Leeds versus Liverpool. The two teams making the traditional Wembley entrance. Leeds were on the left, immaculate in white. Pipped for the league championship on goal average, the Yorkshire Stars were out to win the greatest of all English sporting trophies, the FA Cup. And so were Liverpool. In control was referee Bill Clements, one of the best in the game. Liverpool kicked off. There were hopes of a vintage final deserving the patronage of the Queen and Duke. Liverpool attacked. Collins dispossessed Hunter and then barged into Byrne. It was a foul, earning Collins a reprimand. It wasn't known at the time, but Byrne's collarbone was injured. For Liverpool, it was a free kick. And here in slow motion, we see how Leeds got out of danger. When Leeds took up the running, right back, Paul Reaney was prominent. And it could have been dangerous to Liverpool if goalkeeper Lawrence hadn't been on the alert. Leeds were full of pep at this stage, taking every chance to menace the Liverpool defence. A rock-like defence matching brawn with vigour. Centre-forward St. John passed to his right winger with the result that the Leeds defence had to concede a corner. It brought no satisfaction to the Liverpudlians. Goals just wouldn't come to either side, and by now the rain had added to the players' difficulties. A good shot by outside left Thompson fared no better than any others. Leeds goalkeeper Sprake was quite safe. So both goals were intact when half-time brought on the Marines. Liverpool fans would have preferred the Beatles, but that would have been taking sides. Leeds kicked off in the second half. In a lively restart, both teams seemed eager to inject a bit more life into the game. So far, the defences had proved too strong for the attack. One hero on the Leeds side was their 20-year-old Welsh international goalkeeper, Gary Sprake. As attack after attack came to nothing, everyone was talking of extra time. Even the Duke, due at Windsor for polo at 6 o'clock. Liverpool inside right, Roger Hunt made a move, cleverly anticipated by Sprake. A success on the Liverpool side was Jeff Strong, playing in place of the injured Gordon Milne. In making a save, Sprake received a nasty kick on the shoulder. For a few seconds, it looked serious. Fortunately, the goalkeeper was soon back on his feet, and when a shot came from St. John, Sprake dealt with it safely. So they had to play extra time after all. 22 very tired players on a heavy pitch. And now it was all Liverpool. First blood of the match went to Roger Hunt. Inspired by a goal at last, Liverpool tried again, this time without success. But now Leeds hit back. Right half, Billy Bremner equalised. The game seemed back where it started. The second period of extra time, and how everybody at Wembley hoped and prayed for a goal. Ian St. John had a good try, but not quite good enough. Liverpool were lasting better than their opponents. St. John made no mistake this time. So the Marathon Cup final was all over, and Liverpool were the winners. And what a happy man was Ron Yates, leading his team up to the royal box. This is the triumph every footballer dreams of. To reach Wembley, they'd beaten West Brom, Stockport, Bolton, Leicester and Chelsea. And now the cup was theirs to take home and make the Mersey beat as it's never done before.
Melbourne Cup Day 1965, and fine feathers make fine birds, but Lord Casey had other things on his mind. Here's the Gold Cup, for instance, with $70,000 standing at stake. They're racing in the Melbourne Cup with Tobin Bronze and Zaima near the rails best to begin. Bounced out in advance of Prince Grant. Light Fingers got out well, followed by Matlock and Sail Away. And then a gap to Yangtze, Hunting Horn, Delento, Craftsman. Strauss coming across from the outside, and so too is Midlander. And Algalon is just in behind that bunch. A race for the lead, settling fully into stride. But Yangtze going fast. Whiteout had taken over the lead at the judges' box the first time. 6 furlongs out and Yangtze clear of Hunting Horn. They're followed by Jovial Knight, Tobin Bronze, Prince Grant, then a gap to Zaima. Light Fingers next, followed by Strauss. By the time they get to the half-mile, Yangtze in front. There's a fall there, and down is Boarhead, also Matlock and River Seine, but passing the 3 furlongs mark and coming near to the turn, and Yangtze still the leader, showing clear of Tobin Bronze. Zaima starting to boot through, and they're followed by Light Fingers, Zingalee, going right around the outside of Prince Grant, followed by Midlander, and then a gap to Strauss, well in the straight, and Yangtze is still giving plenty of cheek out in front. Zaima charging at him, and his little Light Fingers coming out of the ruck and going out after Zaima, with about a furlong and a quarter left to go. It's Zaima nicely clear, but inch by inch it's Light Fingers wearing Zaima down. Midlander finishing well, Yangtze hanging on gamely. Here's a 2-horse war, Light Fingers and Zaima. They split the line dead heat. No, Light Fingers from Zaima and Midlander third. It's a big day for Roy the Boy Higgins, Melbourne's idol. He achieved a lifetime ambition.
As they run down to the first of the 22 fences, it's a Rip on the inside, Candy in the centre. Over on the far side is Millhouse, then comes Lara. They jumped the first, Arkle jumped it fifth actually, and coming down to the second now, and Millhouse has come up to join Candy, the Rip back in third. Then Lara, then over on the far side, spot the second of the black caps, it's Arkle, and Millhouse taken over properly now from Candy, who's coming up to join him now at this next fence. Millhouse and Candy almost together, the Rip back in third, quite a gap then to Arkle, and there Millhouse out-jumped Candy, and the Rip you can see in picture now in third, Millhouse from Candy and the Rip as they jump that one. And go on now to the railway fences and in quick succession, and Millhouse the leader from Candy, then the Rip, and then Arkle who's moved into fourth. Millhouse jumping impeccably, about 4 lengths up now on Candy. Then comes the Rip, and then Arkle, who's making ground on the outside, on the right of the picture as we see them now as they run down towards the pond fence. And it's Millhouse to the left. Over on the right is Arkle, who's just eased his way into the picture. He remembers coming here before in the Whitbread, and he feels that the pond fence is the place to get active. And he comes to jump it. Upsides Millhouse just marginally in front. Third, it still is the Rip, and then Rondetto makes a little bit of ground towards the right of the picture. Beside him, Candy. Then comes Lara, and then last year's winner, John O'Groats. Arkle, clearly the leader now from Millhouse. The next one they jump will be the ditch. When they jump it next time, it'll be a plain fence because it's divided into two. You'll notice over on the far side a plain fence. This is the ditch. Arkle jumps it from Millhouse, and then comes the Rip. Still running well, the Rip, and right in contention. Lara's made quite good ground. Rondetto trying to make ground too from the rear as they pass the winning post on the first circuit with Arkle in the lead from Millhouse in second, and third is the Rip. Then comes Lara. Still making a little bit of ground is Rondetto. Arkle taking quite a strong hold now with Pat Tuff. Saving ground, David Nicholson on the inside on Millhouse. Over on the far side, the Rip. Rondetto still making ground. He's made ground into fourth now as they come to this one. This is the fourth. And Rondetto, a mistake there, right at the buckle end. Jeff King got him off the ground well there. And it's still Arkle, the leader. As they come now to the first of the fences in the backstretch. Arkle from Millhouse, both jumping impeccably. Then comes Lara, who's being pushed along just having headed the Rip. Arkle over this one. Millhouse second. Millhouse on the inside, making a little bit of ground maybe. Arkle from Millhouse as they come to the next. Arkle, Millhouse. Millhouse coming to join Arkle maybe. Under pressure is Lara. And at this one, they're practically stride for stride, the big two. Beautiful jump by both of them, but slightly quicker by Millhouse. Millhouse from Arkle. Millhouse taking a length and a half out of Arkle now, and I can hear the crowd calling the hero of Lambourne. They're getting behind him now as he races it over the last of the railway fences. Millhouse from Arkle, beginning one more fence before the right-hand turn, and it's Millhouse by a good 3 lengths from Arkle. Arkle hasn't been asked anything by Pat Tuff, but Millhouse has the advantage here, but he's just being scrubbed along a little bit now by David Nicholson as Arkle moves up on his outside as though he's just jumped in. And they're coming out of the pond fence. Pond fence number 20 of the 22 fences. And distress signals there from the Millhouse contingent as David Nicholson asks unavailingly for extra effort. Arkle jumps clear, and Millhouse, a bad blunder there, a bad blunder by Millhouse, and then coming out to the second last now with Arkle having virtually settled the 1965 Gallagher Gold Cup. He jumps it well clear. Rondetto's coming to try and challenge Millhouse now and racing towards the last end. Arkle is sprinting. Arkle is positively sprinting as he jumps the last. Up this remorseless hill over which so many dreams have foundered in the past to win his 19th in partnership with Pat Tuff. It looks as if Rondetto will overhaul Millhouse for a very distant second, but for Arkle, this 1965 Gallagher Gold Cup has just been a stroll in the park. Will anyone see the like of him again?
Tambourine man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following. Take me for swirling ship. All my senses have been stripped, and my hands can't feel to grip, and my toes too numb to step. Wait only for my boot heels to be wandering. I'm ready to go anywhere. I'm ready for to fade onto my own parade. Cast your dancing spell my way. I promise to go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you.
He was incredibly 8-1 on, despite conceding 32 pounds and more to his 7 rivals. He was in a class of his own, a handicapper powerless to stop him.
Coming up to the second last now, and it's Arkle well clear of Brasher, then comes Wayward Queen and Freddie. This is the second last fence now. Arkle clear, jumps it impeccably as though this was the first fence he jumped during the race. Brasher jumps it second, Wayward Queen jumps it third just ahead of Freddie. Coming up towards the final fence now in the 1965 Hennessy Gold Cup, and it's Arkle well clear. As he ears pricks, he jumps it and goes striding away, getting a tremendous reception from the crowd here. Brasher jumps it second, Wayward Queen jumps it third, just ahead of Freddie, and as they race up towards the line, it's Arkle striding away well clear of Brasher in second place. Then comes Freddie and Wayward Queen, and at the line, Arkle 12 stone 7 on his back.
It was Arkle's greatest hour. Now the Jockey Club created the extended handicap, so the weights could go up if Arkle was entered and didn't run.
As they level up for home with 4 fences to jump, and it's Arkle on the far side, the dark cap, and Brasher, who's giving him such a great run. Brasher with 10 stone, Arkle with 12.7, 35 pounds in it now. They're offering 4-1 Brasher, and Arkle is over now. Coming up to the second last now, and it's Arkle well clear of Brasher, then comes Wayward Queen and Freddie. This is the second last fence now. Arkle clear, jumps it impeccably as though this was the first fence he jumped during the race. Brasher jumps it second, Wayward Queen jumps it third just ahead of Freddie. Coming up towards the final fence now in the 1965 Hennessy Gold Cup, and it's Arkle well clear. As he ears pricked, he jumps it and goes striding away, getting a tremendous reception from the crowd here. Brasher jumps it second, Wayward Queen jumps it third, just ahead of Freddie, and as they race up towards the line, it's Arkle striding away well clear of Brasher in second place. Then comes Freddie and Wayward Queen, and at the line, Arkle 12 stone 7 on his back, with Freddie chasing him into second place now, and at the line, Arkle's the winner.
Only one horse came within measurable distance of Arkle in that era, and that was his mercurial stable companion, Flying Bolt, who sadly, for obvious reasons, never met Arkle on the race course. But some of his performances were almost comparable to those of Arkle, notably his success under 12 stone 6 in the 1965 Massey Ferguson Gold Cup at Cheltenham, after a deluge of rain that made the course barely raceable.
They're coming up to the final fence now. This is a great performance by Flying Bolt and Pat Taft from Scottish Memories in second place. Then comes Salvina coming up towards the final fence now, and it's Flying Bolt well clear of Scottish Memories and Salvina. It's only going to jump it. He's a long way clear in the Massey Ferguson, the top weight. Flying Bolt coming to it. Here's Prick. He's up over and striding away from it. Second, just jumping it now, it's Scottish Memories, then comes Salvina. Salvina out-jumps Scottish Memories in that one, and racing up towards the line, Flying Bolt going away to win in great style this Massey Ferguson. It's going to be a very near thing for second place, but at the line, Flying Bolt is the winner, and it's a near thing for second place between Solvina on the inside, Scottish Memories on the far side, and then at the line, Solvina is just second, Scottish Memories is third.
The amazing flying bolt, and what a shame that injury prevented him from showing his full potential.
They're coming up to the final fence now, and this is a great performance by Flying Bolt and Pat Taft from Scottish Memories in second place. Then comes Solvina coming up towards the final fence now, and it's Flying Bolt well clear of Scottish Memories, and Solvina is only got to jump. It is a long way clear in the Massey Ferguson, the top weight. Flying Bolt coming to it, here's Prick.
Those few precious seconds of Flying Bolt jumping the last in the 1965 Massey Ferguson represent the only existing footage of the great horse over fences.
And they're off. Coming to the first of the 19 fences with Dunkirk the leader, Arctic Ocean, Arkle on the inside, and Dormant. Dunkirk the leader at the first, over from Arkle jumps at second, Arctic Ocean and Dormant. This is an open ditch, first of the 4 open ditches, with Dunkirk well clear, and clears it beautifully from Arkle and Dormant. Dormant on the outside of Arkle, Arctic Ocean fourth and last. Dunkirk well clear over that one, a good 15 lengths clear at this point from Arkle on the inside of Dormant, and then Arctic Ocean. And Dunkirk, the champion 2-miler, a long, long way clear. We're looking at the second group with Dormant just heading Arkle and then Arctic Ocean. The leader a long, long way clear. A good 25 to 30 lengths clear now. Dunkirk with Arkle now in second place, then Dormant and Arctic Ocean. Dunkirk almost a fence in front. Arkle taking this fence now, then Dormant taking it, and then Arctic Ocean. And Dunkirk over that one, slipped a little bit on landing, but recovered beautifully. He's almost a fence clear. Arkle coming up to the next one. Dormant just behind him jumps it third, and then Arctic Ocean fourth. And Dunkirk coming to the next. Jumps it smoothly, gets away from it very swiftly indeed. He's a long, long way clear. Arkle just coming up to jump it now, jumps it, clears it beautifully. Dormant clears it beautifully third, Arctic Ocean clears it fourth. And now Dunkirk coming up to the home stretch for the first time, with Arkle just jumping the last on the far side and taking no chances with that one. Arkle jumping really high, getting away from it fast and skillfully. And here is the leader now, Dunkirk, coming into the straight for the first term, a good 30 lengths clear of Arkle. Let's stay here and see Dunkirk and then see Arkle round this turn. Here is Dunkirk coming up to the first in the straight, and Arkle just rounding the turn now, being chased by Dormant. Now this is the first in the straight on the first circuit, with Dunkirk a long, long way clear of Arkle. And bookmakers calling 4-1 Dunkirk as Arkle jumps at second, Dormant jumps at third, and Arctic Ocean hasn't got yet to it. And Arctic Ocean just jumps it, almost a fence behind Dunkirk, who jumps the next, the last one on the first circuit in front of the stands. Then comes Arkle, who's jumping very deliberately. Dormant hit that slightly, but got away with it all right. And now Dunkirk coming up to the post on the first circuit, getting a cheer from the crowd too for a really fine effort, getting a real round of applause, Dunkirk, as he passes the post, the leader on the first circuit. Followed, now let's stay here and see how far Dunkirk is behind him. Here is Dunkirk just coming to the rails, who is Arkle rather, just coming to the rails to level up to follow Dunkirk to the water. Dunkirk to the water now, number 10. Dunkirk over the water, followed by Arkle, third, Dormant, and then a long way behind Arctic Ocean, who can't possibly stay with these crack chasers. Dunkirk well clear, coming to the next. Now Arkle, and then Dormant. This is an open ditch. Dunkirk clear of Arkle, and now coming up to the next on the far side, Dunkirk, his lead having been reduced, but he's still well clear. Dunkirk over from Arkle, and there must be still 10 lengths in it. Arkle 10 lengths to make up on Dunkirk as they come to the mile post on the flat race course. Just a mile to run now in the 3 miles King George VI chase, with Dunkirk being chased now more deliberately by Arkle. Arkle definitely getting closer to him now. And it's Dunkirk from Arkle, and the crowd already cheering and shouting for the champion now as he gets nearer and nearer to this gallant horse who's made all the running so far. Dunkirk by only 3 lengths at that one, and Arkle closing on him. And they're coming to the next, and Pat Taft going right up on the outside, on the far side of Dunkirk. They're going to take this one together. It's Dunkirk and Arkle together, and Dunkirk is down. 1 jump upside the champion, and oh, that's rotten luck. 1 jump upside the champion, and he was on the floor, and Arkle is left on his own, the great horse, with 3 furlongs left to run, the next fence out in the country, and he's full of running and well clear. And Arctic Ocean is just coming up to jump a fence behind him. Dormant has gone, and so has Dunkirk. And now Arctic Ocean, the only horse left standing. No, Dormant is all right. Dormant is up. He's over a fence behind, but he is up all right. And Arkle, a long way clear, absolutely unassailable lead as he turns for home with 2 fences left to jump in the King George VI chase to boost his prize winnings to £61,771 if he just strolls over these 2 fences. Dormant still bravely on his feet, but more than a fence behind. Arctic Ocean about 2 fences behind. And here is Arkle coming up to the second last fence now in the King George VI chase. Arkle up and over, and now coming to the last. He's been going a really good gallop chasing Dunkirk, and he must be tiring now, but he certainly doesn't look it. Coming to the last, a fence clear of Dormant, and great cheers from the crowd as he rises to it, gathers himself, and Pat Taft strides away on this greatest of all steeplechasers. Arkle and Duchess of Westminster's Arkle striding away to yet another great triumph. On his first visit to Kempton, the crowds cheering and cheering him as he passes the post, the comfortable winner of the King George VI chase. A long way clear, strung out like a point-to-point, with Dormant having just jumped the last and making his way up to the line now. Arctic Ocean is just jumping the last at this moment, and Arkle still running away, still taking a really strong hold as Pat Taft doesn't even pull him up yet until he's past the...
Why didn't you tell me?
What?
To bring along my harmonica.
Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my home